Hi, I'm Sarah. Today I'm going to teach you how to make your own Christmas crackers using this template from my website. The template comes in a pack, so you actually get a range of Christmas crackers that you can use, and you can choose either one and colour it different ways, or you could have a range. And it also comes with these easy instructions here that you can use, so you can follow those, but I'm also going to run through this with you at the moment. So once you've downloaded the file, you can print it out on whatever stock you prefer, whatever paper thickness. So in this case, I've chosen a 200 GSM stock, which is a bit more of a card than a paper. So the thicker card will mean that the folded Christmas cracker at the end will be a bit stronger. So the first thing you need to do, I've got just some glue, some scissors, you'll need some ribbon at the end and some things to fill your crackers with. And I'm deciding to colour this particular one with my Sharpies here. So I'm just going to start colouring, and I'll speed up the footage for you. So I'm just going over the leaves at the moment. I'm just outlining them with a darker green, and then I'll come back and I'll fill them with a lighter green. Even if you're actually not into colouring, you could just print this off on some coloured paper and just leave the design black and white. Try and colour this fairly quickly so it's not perfect. Obviously, when you're making these for your friends and family, you can spend a bit more time and really make it look great. If you're wanting to make a set of these that match, and you have a scanner and a colour printer available, you could even colour one copy and scan it in and then reprint it. So rather than colouring in, say, 15 Christmas crackers at Christmas time, you could just colour one and make multiple copies of it. Just finishing up the green leaves now. The great thing about most of these designs too is that the lines are actually quite thick. So even though there's a lot of detail, you can colour them in quite quickly, and they're actually really good for kids. Good activity to keep your kids occupied for a few hours, get them to colour one in, and then you can, as a family or if in the classroom, you can actually use it as an activity and build them together. Get the kids to choose some jokes to put inside and choose some lollies and write some messages to the rest of the family. And now just to add some finishing touches with my gold pen. Really like this gold Sharpie. Not sure how this is going to turn out, but that's the fun about colouring. You can just sort of make it up as you go along and hope for the best. So I've now finished the colouring and it's on to cutting it out. So you need to cut along the bold line that runs around the whole edge. We're also going to cut out these diamonds, but we can actually do that later because it's a little bit easier, unless you have a Stanley knife, to cut these out after it's folded. So we're going to cut around the edge, and we're not going to cut any of the dotted lines, they're for folding. And there you have it, the cracker's now been cut out. Because we're dealing with card, the easiest way to fold is to actually score the paper first. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't have any fancy scoring equipment around my house. So to do this today, we're going to use a ruler and we're going to use a paper clip that I've bent. So what we're going to do is we want to fold along all of these dotted lines. And so we're going to use the ruler and we want to score on the outside, not on the insides. It's sort of the opposite of what you'd expect. So we're just going to line the ruler up, and I'm going to use this sharp edge of the paper clip and I'm just going to run it along the paper. Now what that's done is it's created a very small score in the paper that I can now fold quite easily. In this case I probably need to score it a little more, so we're just going to do that again. You can do this with scissors, but you do have to be careful that you don't accidentally cut through when you're trying to score. Okay, that's a bit better. So we'll score that so that we get a nice fold on that piece there. So we're just going to do the same for these other 3 lines. So now we should find this is actually relatively easy to fold. Okay. But before we keep doing that, we actually have some other lines across here that we also need to be folded. So we can now fold this one and this one here. Okay, now we're going to do the same on the other side. And just give it a quick fold again. All right, now so far we have a basic cracker shape. We still need to score these extra lines here, but rather than folding them out, these particular lines through the middle are actually going to fold inwards. So we need to do this one on the back. So if we work our ruler from the corner to the corner of the inside, you should get your line right in the middle. Okay, so these ones are now going to fold the opposite way. Now, remember how earlier I said don't cut your diamonds yet? Well, not only does that make it easier to score the card, but now you will actually find it's quite easy to cut out. So now we can simply fold each side and we can cut out the diamonds. So there we go. So let's do the same here. While we're at it, we'll do this side. This is the part where you can see how messy I am because I've got all these terrible marks on my fingers from the Sharpies. It's much easier cutting these out now than trying to cut them out at the start with a Stanley knife. Okay, now our beautiful cracker is all cut out, but I wonder if you can spot what I've actually done wrong in this instance. Let me just show you the template again. Now, I've made a mistake here because my printer hasn't worked great, but there's actually a very small line on this side, and that small line I've actually cut off, so I don't have a tab to glue my cracker together. So when you're doing it, please leave that section on. It should be here. So what we can do in this case is we can either create a false tab, which I will do, or you can put this together with sticky tape as well. So we could fold over the extra side, but I really like having the 5 sides. So you can either tape that together, or what we're going to do now is we are going to create a fake tab with one of my other pieces of paper here. I'm going to score this one as well. Okay, so this is the step that if you do it properly at the start, you can skip. So what I'm going to do now is get out my glue, and I'm just going to glue this tab back on. And this is what, for those of you who did it correctly, what your template will look like. So from here, it's just a case of folding and gluing. So we're going to turn this over, and we're going to, well, first we're going to put some extra glue on this tab. And we're going to connect this tab onto the other tab, if you can see that. And you'll see that the pattern matches up beautifully on that side once we glue that together. Now that's actually all the glue that we need. The rest is just folding. So because we've already put our scored lines, you'll see this folds actually quite easily. And I've got some ribbon here that we're going to tie around this to keep it together. Now before we tie the second end, of course, we need to fill it with some lollies. So let's put our lollies in. Of course, you can put some other things in here. Maybe you want to put some jokes or a party hat or something else fun. Once you've filled it with your lollies, we can put a ribbon on the other side as well. And there you have it, your Christmas cracker full of lollies, ready to put on the table. You can download this whole template pack, including the instructions, from my website at the details below. I've also included a full blog post with step-by-step photo instructions taken from this video today. I also have a range of other Christmas printables available in my special Christmas pack, including these letters to Santa, gift tags, Christmas ornaments, and nativity calendar, and I've got things like cards, bookmarks, and it all comes in a special pack, including a digital version of my Colouring Christmas family colouring book. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'd love to hear from you in the comments, and please jump on my blog and leave a comment there too. Thank you.